All right, hello everybody. All right, so today's Torah portion is called Balak or Balak, because that's the guy's name. So in Numbers 22, verse 5, it says, he sent messengers to Balaam, the son of Beor, to Bethor, right? So let's take a look at Balaam's name. So in Hebrew, it's actually Balaam. Okay, I forgot to put the transliteration up there. So it's pronounced Balaam, and the first part of that, well, there's two ways people tend to interpret his name. So one way is like this, with the first word being Bil, all right, which means like without, or could kind of be like the equivalent to the suffix less, right? Okay, so it could be without, and then the word Am, which you've probably heard that before, like Am Yisrael, the people of Israel. So Am means people. So some people say his name means, peopleless, without people. That's one way people take it. But there's another way, which I think makes a lot more sense. Am I on? Okay. All right. Would be like where the first word is actually the verb bila, which means, it actually literally means to swallow. But remember I was teaching that Hebrew uses concrete imagery for things? So to swallow is a concrete way of saying like to destroy something or to consume it. And then the second half would be the word which also means people, where the letter ayin, which I have in purple, is kind of taking double duty, where it's contracting the two words. So the name meaning like destroyer of people makes a lot more sense considering his character. All right, and then his father's name was Beor, which is spelled like this. And if you look up the root to that word, the bet ayin resh, you'll see that it comes from the word ba'ar, which means to burn. So it's kind of interesting, these kind of sinister sounding names that they have. So, all right, verse 5, it says, they cover the surface of the earth. Now, some translations say the face of the earth. It doesn't really use the word face there. It's actually the word ayin haaretz, or ein haaretz, which comes from the word ayin. And ayin means eye, or sometimes fountain. So it's the eye of the earth. And personally, I think what that means is like everywhere you look, that's where they are. They're the eye of the earth. Like everywhere you look is there. The children of Israel were out there. So then we have the word translated around us. Sometimes some translations say roundabout, and that is the Hebrew word sviva, which means like a circle or a round. And if you look up this word, it comes from the root savav, which means like to spin or to revolve or rotate, go in a circle. What's the other word? Surround, all those kind of things. So I have a real short lesson today, but from that word, you can get the word svivon. It's a modern Hebrew word. And the on suffix is a suffix meaning something small. So going back to this, savav means to spin. So what would be a small thing that spins? What would you call that? A top, okay. Take that another step. Think about it. Another kind of top that in the Messianic, the dreidel. So that's the modern Hebrew word that they coined for the dreidel, using the word to spin and making something small, svivon. So that was it. Shabbat shalom.
So I have a question.
Sure.
So what do you think this guy's, then just real clearly and simply, what do you think his name means?
Balaam?
Mm-hmm.
I think the second one makes a lot more sense.
And that is
like destroying, like he's known for, because he's, Balak said, whoever you bless is blessed, and whoever you curse is cursed. So it makes sense that he would be known as someone that destroys people, maybe.
And that would be interesting. He is I think he's one of the most interesting characters. He is a very interesting character. He really is a very interesting character. But, and there is a lot, in a name. So that's why I thank you for opening that up and letting us look at it. All right, appreciate it.